So, welcome back to my daily Tour Divide updates. We're now on day 6, so without further ado, let's head over to track leaders and have a little look to see what's been going on. Now, today's report is a little bit later. I didn't get home till very late last night. I was actually over in Bristol in the UK at the premiere of The King of Chaos, which is a film about the current FKT holder and last year's winner, Justyna Slowacka, which is coming up very soon on the 6th of July on YouTube. So definitely worth a watch. If you enjoy following Tour Divide. So there's also a couple more screenings over the next few weeks. So you can check out the Tailfin website here. I'll put the link up so you can find out if you're interested. But there's the screening in Bristol was obviously last night. There's London next Wednesday. Then there's a screening in Dresden, and then there's one in Colorado as well for our US viewers. And the YouTube video will be out on the 6th of July. So definitely worth watching if you're into the Tour Divide and you want to find out about the Tour Divide and the Triple Crown Challenge of obviously the Colorado Trail Race and the Arizona Trail Race. Really good film to watch. And Justyna is a great character as well. So check that out. So on to track leaders, and you can see Robin is still way out of front now. It's actually getting quite ridiculous how far ahead he is at the moment. So he's crossed the basin, and he's heading in. Well, he's in Colorado now. You can see the state line across the middle of the screen there. It looks like he's actually pushing on to Steamboat Springs. I think he's already passed Brush Mountain Lodge. So it's 3:44 a.m. So maybe he's going for an all-nighter and a big resupply in Steamboat Springs. Looks like he's really he's just smashing it. So Robin it was just a world-class ride, to be honest. The conditions have been very good so far, but nonetheless, it is absolutely world-class. And you can see Justyna Slowacka's dot from last year. He was just entering the basin at this time last year, so Robin's pretty much a day ahead. There was a lot worse weather and conditions up north, especially Montana last year. It's I was with Justyna last night, and he's a bit put out that his record's been so taken apart by Robin. But it's racing, and records are there to be beaten. Further back, so Jens and Svein, they're kind of Jens is obviously ahead at the moment, but it looks like he's sleeping. Svein is riding again. It looks like they're kind of vying for that second position now, but their sleep schedules are a bit kind of slightly different. So we'll look at the race flow in a second and do a bit of analysis on that. Max Risa, he's doing a really strong ride. So we heard the voice note from him, I think it was yesterday now. He started slightly sick and he's sort of riding into it. I mean, sometimes that is almost a benefit, I think. Although the body's a bit low on energy the first few days, at least it means you don't do quite so much sort of muscular damage. When you're fresh at these events, it's quite easy to push too hard too early, and it can dig yourself into a bit of a hole. It looks like Max is coming strong. But again, this group of riders, their sleep patterns are all slightly out at the moment. But we're approaching the halfway mark. Robin is now across halfway. I think Wamsutter. I think the middle of the centre point of the Tour Divide is somewhere between Atlantic City and Wamsutter in the basin here. So Robin's over halfway through now in 5 days, 20 hours. So we're looking at maybe 12 days, maybe even under. So our top 10 is chopping around quite a lot. So obviously Max is in there, Jochen, who we've heard from a few times, Jacob Hora, he's doing a really excellent ride. So he's obviously sleeping at the moment, but he's come from, he wasn't in the top 10 for the first sort of 4 or 5 days or 3 or 4 days of the race, and he's really sort of coming strong now. Mike Martin, we've not heard from him much, but again, he's just been in there consistently, doing a strong ride there. Then Australian Jimmy Ashby, Xavier, he maybe started a little bit too hard and has faded a little bit, but still in there for a solid top 10. And then Benjamin Hohen, Sam Bailey, Leah Wilcox, Jesse Stauffer, Andrew Onomar, he's our leading single speed rider as well at the moment. I think he's still ahead. Yeah, he's ahead of Chris Plesko's record, which you can see here. So all these riders here, they are on and around Togwati Pass, the first sort of big 3,000 meter pass on the route, as they're sort of exiting sort of the Teton Valley there. So yeah, it looks like Jochen is on Union Pass. He's still riding. So yeah, he'll be, well, again, I think there might be a few places, but it's pretty wild up there. So he's probably going to push down and get over. And yeah, looks like everyone is riding pretty strongly up front. So Leo is obviously leading. Natalie Bayon, she is just approaching Flagrant. Looks like she's sleeping tonight. From memory, I seem to think there was some pit toilets up here, so I wonder if she's just found a pit toilet to sleep in. That's the glamour of the Tour Divide. And then there's a fairly big gap. Then it's back to Anna Jager. She's in third place, but she's pretty much on Leo's record pace. So it just goes to show how fast this year's Tour Divide is. The conditions are ideal. We will come a bit more onto conditions a bit more soon. So yeah. Anna's in third, and then further back still, we've got Quinda Verhoel and Alexandra Huchin. They'll be reaching Lima, probably in the morning now. It looks like they've both sort of stopped on, I think it's Medicine Lodge Pass up there. So yeah, that's a quick summary of kind of the front end of the race there. So I'll just do a little bit of a kind of analysis of the sort of the run and the rest, because I mean, it's pretty. It just shows you how fast Robin's going. So Robin, obviously, he's done just under 1,500 miles. So he's got almost 200 miles, 150 odd miles over Jens now. But the moving average speed, 13.9 miles per hour. Now, I've got a voice note. I'll play it in a minute, but he said he's had a big tailwind through the basin, so that might account for a bit of that extra speed. So we may see Jens and Svein, their average speed bump up a little bit if they get that same tailwind. But 13.9 miles per hour average, and a run time of 76.6. So he's dropped back a bit now. Jens is probably the guy with the least amount of sleep in the race. But everyone seems to be kind of around that 70 to 75%. So Max is very similar to Robin, 76.7. But yeah, 2 miles an hour, almost 3 miles an hour difference there. So yeah, Robin is in a class of his own here. So yeah, it's impressive to see. And you can see he's still riding at the moment, so it looks like he might be doing a bit of an all-nighter as he tries to reach Steamboat Springs. You can see I mentioned Jens and Svein. So Jens hasn't slept yet, whereas Svein has. So I suspect Svein might get back into that second position. But I think over the next few days, it'd be interesting to see that battle as Svein and Jens sort of leapfrog back and forth between each other. And then the rest of the top 10 here, they're all kind of they're changing all the time. So I guess over the next week or so, we'll gradually see them kind of slightly separate a little bit more. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch that top 10 and see how it develops. Now, before I go any further, I do need to say thank you to the sponsors. You already know by now. Redshift Sports, they're a main sponsor of this coverage, and they've been a sponsor of the channel for a number of years, as well as the seat posts and stems and handlebars. They actually do a pretty cool range of these pedals. They've actually got lights in the pedals, so they're really useful on especially like city bikes, commuter bikes. You could probably, if you run flats on a bikepacking bike, it's probably a good idea to run these because the lights obviously move with the pedals, and that extra motion makes them very visible. So yeah, really good quality pedals. I actually run them. I've got a little e-bike I use just for running around town, and they're on there. Basically means you've got lights on your bike at all times. So yeah, check out Redshift as always. I'll put the link up for you now. And Enduro bearings, again, super high quality bearings. They do headsets and things like that. And actually they're Maxit stainless steel headsets. They now come with a lifetime warranty. They get so few failures, they basically guarantee them for life. So yeah, that's tells you everything you need to know about the how much they trust their products. So again, a big thank you to Enduro Bearings for the support. So let's just have a little look. Let's listen to Robin first. So Robin sent me over a voice note yesterday. This would have been heading into the basin. As I said, I'm a little bit behind today with my report. So this was probably a good 200 miles ago. So let's listen to Robin, see what he had to say.
Josh, you fancy an update? I don't know. On my way to the Great Basin. Looking pretty good, I think. Yeah, 3 minutes to 8 in the morning. I'm feeling good. I don't feel like reducing sleep. Really like to invest a lot of time on this because you get so many hits. So I think it's really sensible to sleep a lot. But that's also nothing new. Let's see. For sure I'll stick to that plan or to that schedule. I think until the weekend, until after the weekend, then I'll see what the plan is. So far so good. Yeah, that's it, I guess.
So it sounds like Robin's still riding conservatively, which is pretty extraordinary given the speed he's riding. But rest equals better recovery, and then you can ride faster. So it's a tactic we're seeing more and more. And so this is the area that Robin is just entering now. So into Colorado, the route has changed ever so slightly. If you saw the preview video, you would have seen the changes. So I'll just put on my my heat maps. So this is the route I did in 2019, the old route. Over Sand Pass, but as you can see, this year there's been a slight amendment, so there's basically slightly more off-road but a bit less elevation in Steamboat Springs, and it kind of looks like on the tracker, as we said, that Robin is basically making a run for Steamboat Springs tonight. It seems like he's got a pretty solid sleeping schedule. He's not slept outside at all so far. Benefits of that, I guess when you're super strong, you gives you more leeway to push harder to get to a town or stop earlier, and you can carry less stuff, cover bigger distances. So it just makes you faster and faster. So yeah, I wonder if he's going to stop in Steamboat or if he's just not going to do what he said in that message and push through. But it seems like he has a plan. I imagine he will do some sleeping. Maybe we'll have like an early morning check-in and leave sort of a bit later tomorrow. But we shall find out in tomorrow's report. So, heading into Colorado now, Steamboat Springs, and then there's a series of 4 or 3 passes as you get towards Breckenridge and Silverthorne. It's Lynx Pass, Gore Pass, and Ute Pass off the top of my head. The first one's probably the wildest. The second one's sort of dirt roads, and the last one's pretty much tarmac. But yeah, nothing too much to worry about. And then into Silverthorne, good for resupply, and then Breckenridge, and then you're into the big ones. So I'm sure Robin will be doing plenty of climbing over the next couple of days. Now, one thing, we're talking about the speed of robbing, and I guess the big question is that question that I try not to bring up too soon, because you can just never know what's going to happen on Tour Divide, the record. If we just refresh, it looks like my track leaders is struggling again this morning. If we refresh now, you can see Robin is basically almost a day ahead of Justinus's record, and it actually looks like Robin has stopped, so he might as well have stopped at Brush Mountain Lodge rather than push over to Steamboat Springs. So yeah, that's kind of a bit of action as it happens. So yeah, almost, well, the whole basin between Robin and Justinus's record. So the question has to be asked, is Robin on to break the record? And I'd say yes, he's going to break the record. Is it going to be an official record? Well, I think it depends on forest fires and route diversions. So a lot of people have reached out and said there is actually currently a forest fire, the Trout Fire. So yeah, shifting winds pushing the fire in new directions. Now this is in New Mexico, just north of Silver City, which is right near the end. But yeah, it looks like no containment at the moment. So if we look at this this NASA map, you can see Silver City is here, and this fire is pretty big through the Gila. So the Gila is, let me just get Rider GPS up and zoom in a little bit. This area here, and you can see essentially that the routes, it basically goes exactly where that fire is. So I suspect there will be a diversion. Normally, I think they take the road. So if that happens, if there is a diversion in the Gila, then that means that even if Robin does set the fastest time, which is looking fairly likely, then I don't think it will be an official record. But I'll keep an eye on these fire maps. There's still going to be probably 3 or 4 days before he reaches that. So things could change. You never know, but it's looking pretty warm and pretty dry out there. So that could be a fact to consider. So let's have a little look then, just at the Instagram stories, see what's been going on out there, and see what we can find. You can see Robin's feeling a bit more confident because he's posting a lot more on his Instagram, and he's obviously sponsored by Scott Sports. So you can see the bike he's on the Scott Scale gravel, suspension fork, quite compact aero setup, minimal luggage. You can see there, hydration pack, frame pack, top G bag, and a saddle pack. He also runs these Syncross carbon spoke wheels. He ran them for the Transcontinental race last year and swears by them. So, yep, he's on those. He's on these pretty fast Maxxis tyres. So I wonder how they'll hold up over the duration. But yeah, that's your man. That's Robin. And this is a little update from him.
So coming into the Great Basin with perfect tailwind, and if you know me, I rarely listen to music while riding or racing, but this time I was just listening to random safe songs. Just when I entered, like over the first time, Metallica Enter Sandman came up. It was 50% fucking awesome, 50% nobody should ever know this. Next up was the Neros Ramazzotti. Was a bit of a harsh break. Blazing through the basin.
So yeah, that's Wamsutter.
So I'm in Wamsutter. I think back into civilization. Quite hungry. It was a good ride. Could actually also be named for a Swiss village. Irgendwo im, weiß ich nicht wo. Wamsutter. Würde jetzt bösen Coupe Dänemark reinfahren.
So that's Robin. He's on an absolute charge, listening to Metallica, and he's really gained time, and you can hear the wind, and it sounds like he's had a bit of a tailwind. Really pushed hard across that basin, totally smashed it. So yeah, Robin is looking incredibly strong, and he's looking incredibly confident as well. So yeah, he's in a good mood at the moment. I mean, things can change. It's still a long way to go, but as I said, he's looking pretty hard to beat at the moment, but it is Tour Divide. Anything can happen, so yeah, just got to watch this space. Svein, he's currently, he's in third now, but he's in that battle with Jens. So let's hear what he's had to say.
Good morning, friends. Heading up Togawoti Pass, something like that. Pretty hot country. We're at like 2,600 meters. Yesterday was a funny day. I experienced all the emotions of I'm a human. Really high in the morning, just big energy. Oh, I'm gonna go smash it. And then about halfway through, the wheels fell off pretty hard. And yeah, all my plans were kind of thrown aside. Slept in the woods. Ate Snickers bars for breakfast. I'll tell you what, not ideal for the teeth. It's a bad situation. But you only do these things once, you know? Yeah, hoping today is going to be a better one. And it's just beautiful. Like, we're so lucky with this weather.
So yeah, Svein is having the roller coaster of emotions, and food seems to be a bit of a thing on these posts now. So Svein eating Snickers bars for breakfast. Dan Connell, he looks like he's recovered from that crash he had early on, and yeah, he's smashing the blocks of cheese. So there's some solid energy there. 5,000 calories in one sitting. That's some doing. And then finally, Jay Pitavare, he lives in Idaho. Obviously a bit of a legend of the Tour Divide, and he's caught a few riders heading through. So this looks like it was Jimmy Ashby.
What's going on, Jimmy? Hey. What's up, brother?
Man, how are you?
Good.
What up to you around here?
I seen you last year. What brings you back?
Want to go better?
I want to go better, he says. You get it, Jimmy. Good to see you, buddy.
So that was Jimmy Ashby.
Jacob Hura here, pedaling through Squirrel. Got the Tetons. Hey, Jacob, are you drawn to go home because you're 30 miles from your house and your bed? I mean, not to like put anything in your brain or anything, but what's the scoop? Are you just stoked?
I didn't know that's where we were. I'm still out of it. I'll keep going. For a while longer. More states.
Yep.
Like more.
What do you think about this Tour Divide thing?
I like it. I'm happy I started in Jasper.
Ooh.
That upper section was fucking sick. It was really cool.
Oh, so you are the only one that went from Jasper.
Yeah, so I'll have that record. It'll be there.
You know, just throwing out the carrot. That's what we like.
So yeah, that's Jacob. He's looking really strong. And of course, he started in Jasper and rode 350 odd miles before the race even started. And Jay also caught, I think he caught Andrew Onamar, and this is Xavier as well. So that's Xavier.
All right.
That's Andrew, still crushing the single speed record.
Idaho area.
How are you, Andrew?
I'm having the best ride of my life. This is amazing.
Love to hear that.
Dude, Jacob is a stud. I really enjoyed spending a little bit of time with him here and there.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's good.
So yeah, Jay out there catching up with people on the route. So yeah, nice to see what's going on. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for today. Be back for another update tomorrow on day 7. So as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening on the podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.